Hey, we're back again. Welcome to Duckman Cycles. I'm your host, the Duckman. Behind me here I have my 1956 Volkswagen Beetle, also known as Eleanor. Unfortunately, she received some pretty nasty storm damage about 14 years ago in Hurricane Ivan, where she was under about 6 feet of seawater for a couple of days, and then left outside to rot for 10 years just in the rain. And she split down in the middle when I was trying to put her back together, and I did the best I could just to cut it to pieces and build her back up the way that I wanted her built, to whatever specifications that I felt I wanted. And I wanted something different, so this is the car that you got. So if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. Sorry. This car is not going to be OEM. I don't plan for it to be OEM, and I'm doing the best that I can to build a car the way I want it, and something that I really enjoy, that I like, and I don't care if anybody else doesn't. You know, I really don't. It's my car. I put my money into it. I put my time into it. This is the way it's going to be. We're going to actually attack this car today, right over here in this door area. What I'd like to do is try to get this corner filled up once and for all, get that taken care of. And I also want to get over here and I want to fix this hole that's in here, which I haven't gotten around to fixing yet. And I also need to do a little welding up through here and get that squared away. There are no holes up in the top of this door like there were on the one on the driver's side, so this is all in pretty good shape. And then of course this piece over here, we're going to cut that out sometime later. I said it was going to be my winter project, but I'm probably going to get to it maybe as soon as next week. But that's something else I'm going to take care of. And I get this high spot in the door straightened out and fix the whole rotten area in there once and for all. I also need to do a little grinding in here yet from the old welds. I have a hole over here that still needs to be filled a little bit. But there's a couple little things. Nothing that's too big of a deal, but that's what we're going to attack today. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, pluck that little dingle belly that you see down there next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to check out Duckman Cycles and VW Garage Facebook page. There'll be discussion on what we're doing here, as well as anything else that anybody else would like to share. So if you've got a project that you're working on and you want to share it with people, even if you just have pictures or video, I mean, you want to ask a question, join us on the group page. There's always something to talk about. Thanks for watching. Okay, one thing's for sure, I don't like having the car down this low. This is something I should have fixed before I took it off the body dolly. But what I need to do is I need to fix this in here. This split that you see, I need to put it back together. And yeah, I can see how big of a pain this is going to be. I gotta bend over to do it. And I'll tell you what, anytime you gotta bend over, it's a pain in the ass for somebody, if you know what I'm saying. But this contour, as you can see, I don't know if you can demonstrate that quite as well with the white light in the background bleaching you out. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit here. Okay. Up in here, you look at those two contoured points. They do not come together in a graceful curve. So what I have to do is cut a triangle out of here and a triangle out of here, and then bend these pieces into shape, and then fill the middle. So it's a matter of cutting a little bit out of here. I'll take a marker and I'll make some marks where I want to do this, and then I just have to shape these parts and make it happen. As with most things auto body, in order to make them better, you gotta make them worse. So yeah, I cut that hole out bigger. And then here's the little pieces that came out of the sides. This is the righty, this is the lefty. And I've already changed the contour on them, so that when I put them in here, they will blend better. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it. But anyway, they'll blend better into that curve that you see in here, because I will reposition them so they don't come to those points. Man, so these planes are just flying the fuck over today, ruining my videos. Here's where we're at. So I'm going to start welding this in, and then I'm going to make a patch that goes up through the middle here. And these are shaped like that. So that patch that I will have to make will also have to be shaped inwards like that. And then I'll wrap it up through the middle here, up over the top of the door, and weld the whole thing in. Okay. And this over here is a fiberglass drop cloth. And the reason I use it is because it doesn't burn like regular fabric does. So the occasional stray spark from welding over here isn't likely to damage my interior or any of the painted work that's on the inside of the floor pan. The idea is just to keep the sparks completely out of the car, and I should do a good job of that. A regular tarp would probably do it too if it was vertical, because the sparks won't pocket in it, they'll just kind of bounce off. But in this case, fiberglass is what I've got, fiberglass is what I'm using, and it's a pretty heavy drop cloth. It does a pretty good job. I've used it while welding the doodle bastard, so I didn't set my laundry on fire, which was actually immediately next to it. So, yeah, we're going to continue working at this thing and start welding in this door corner. It needs a little more shaping yet, but you can kind of see that contour starting to come together right here. So I just about got that. I'm going to shape it a little bit, bend a little bit, get in here with a pair of needle nose pliers, just bend, twist, and get the shape where I want it to be. Then I'll come in here with an angle grinder and I'll cut this out so that way it has a naturally straight shaped line instead of being all beat up like it looks there, all jaggy. So I'll reshape that. See if I can change the brightness of this camera. No, I guess that's about as good as it gets. Anyways, that's what we're going to do. It's looking pretty good already. Needs a little more touch-up. You can see where I burned through over here already. Alright, I've made a piece. It goes up in this hole here. Just like that. And it's not a perfect fit, but it's pretty close. You see? We got up in here. And that gives us that contour that we were looking for. Now, up at the top, helps if I don't drop it. But up at the top, it's a little bit thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it in at the bottom, and then I'm going to just shave a little bit off of it at a time until it finally lays into position. And I think that ought to get it. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright. Okay. Made a piece here. As you know, we got it tacked in on the bottom. And I got this long, pointy, very, very pointy, sharp and pointy, that presses right up into this section here. So what I'll do is I'll hold that in there and weld it up along the seams. And when I get to the top, using a screwdriver, I'll just kind of press it in there and finish out the weld. Grind it all off. Do a little shaping to the bottom here. It's going to need a little bit of shaping and bending. It's a little bit off from how I want it to be, but that's not hard to fix. And we just about have a finished corner. Well, the house light came on. You know what that means. If you guess that we're losing light, that's actually the correct answer. Okay, just turn on my low-level light here. Okay, let's show you where we're at. This corner is effectively done. You can see that nice contour that I have in here now, and it blends appropriately with the one that's on the outside. At the bottom here, I still have to do just a little bit of hammering. There's a couple of high spots. Here's a high spot, and this is actually a low spot, so I need to get in there with a screwdriver and bend that down a little bit. Then I need to weld up on the inside seams. But the outside seams here need to be ground down just a little bit more. Right here it's a little bit high. Here it's perfect. Yeah, it's a little bit high right in here. Make some adjustments in there and get that right. The corner is actually in good shape, so we're good. I see some pinholes of light through there. You see that? They look a whole lot bigger on camera than they do to my own eyes. But yeah, I gotta get in there and fill that up. No big deal, that's actually on the outside. Okay, the door, however, has a high spot right here. I guess I need to push that in a little bit. But the door is much more solid than it was before. Before I could take this whole top of the door frame and just twist it. Now I can't do that anymore. So that thing is good and solid. Let's see how she closes. Alright, here we go. Looks good on the outside. That didn't affect the outside of the door gap or any of that at all. Happy for that. Perfect. Opens and closes as perfectly as I had it before. Okay, so what we gotta do tomorrow is we gotta get up in here and weld through this, and geez, I need to really lubricate those hinges. I'm tired of hearing squeals, and I'm sure everybody else in the neighborhood is too, but yeah, I need to get in here and fill this hole up. I need to get up in here and take care of all that too. And that should just about kill that door for the time being. So anyway, I think it's time to wrap up the video. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click like, comment, subscribe. Pluck that little dingle belly down there next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. And for those of you that haven't joined yet over on the Duckman Cycles and VW Garage Facebook page, you need to. Head on over to Facebook and join. There'll be a discussion on what we're doing here, as well as anything else that anybody else is sharing. And there's a lot of different Volkswagen people up there that are posting. We're close to 500 members now. I forget exactly how many, but it's creeping its way up to 500. And it's almost there. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And one more thing, if you would like to email me, don't forget, duckmancycles@duckshit.net. Send me a personal question if you got one. Let's discuss. So anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Boo!